What is up? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back and welcome in to the Seattle Mariners postgame recap. But this is not going to be your typical postgame recap because we have some news to talk about. In fact, I don't think I'm going to talk too much about the game. The game stunk. Season starts tomorrow. And the reason I say that is because the Mariners have acquired slugging third baseman Eugenio Suarez from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Gino, good vibes only, is back in Seattle. Let's go. How about that? Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez, probably the two best hitters that are going to be traded at this deadline, are Seattle Mariners. In exchange, the Diamondbacks will get Tyler Locklear. Good to see Tyler for a day. I think that's a good get for Arizona. I think Dbacks fans will like him. They obviously have a hole at first base now. I think he can have a lot of success in Arizona. So good job there by the Diamondbacks. This is a trade I would absolutely do 10 times out of 10 from the Mariners, but I think Locklear is a good get for the Diamondbacks. Pitcher Hunter Cranton, who I don't know a ton about, and then pitcher who we just saw for a few weeks, Juan Burgos, goes to Arizona. They've had some bullpen troubles. They've added Brandon Garcia and Juan Burgos, who should help them as well. I don't know a ton about Cranton, so if anyone wants to fill in there, they are more than welcome to. As always with these trades, when you hear about these hauls that teams are wanting, they're never going to get them. You are not going to get a top 100 guy for a guy that's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. It's just not going to happen. That doesn't mean the Diamondbacks did poor in this trade. I think Locklear is a really solid get for them, but this is a trade I'm doing every day for the Seattle Mariners. Third base has just been a position where they've struggled. I like Ben Williamson. He has done some good things there. He's not a black hole player by any means, but you've just added one of the best third basemen in baseball in Eugenio Suarez. And listen, he doesn't have to be what he's been in Arizona this year. Do not expect that. 900 OPS. I don't have the WRC plus in front of me. I'm sure it's in the 130s, 140s right now. He's just got to be solid. He's just got to be the guy he was when he was here in Seattle, that 785 to 800 OPS guy. Gino is going to be very popular in this clubhouse. That is going to help to get this team lifted a little bit after a bit of a tough series here against the A's. So could not be more excited for it. I mean, we don't need to know a lot about Gino. We know what he's doing this year, but let's get into a little bit. He's tied for fifth in baseball in home runs behind Schwarber, Ohtani, Judge, and Cal Raleigh. So you've got two of the top 5 home run hitters in baseball on this team right now. So far this year in 383 at-bats, 36 home runs, 87 runs driven in, 248 average, 321 on base, 577 slugging, 898 OPS. That's a 143 OPS plus. I don't have Fangraphs up. A lot of times I'm in the middle of video and pull Fangraphs. It somehow crashes the videos. So I'm not sure where the WRC plus is. It's probably somewhere in that OPS plus range would be my guess. I'm not sure how. I think the defense has taken a bit of a step back. If I'm not sure, maybe I can pull up Savant here and see what they have on it for Gino. But still, I mean, Gino's always been a good glove at third base. Let's see what they have for Suarez. There he is. Yeah, they've got the fielding pretty rough in terms of outs above average OIA. But, listen, you're acquiring Gino mostly for the bat. I'm sure the defense, he's a savvy enough player that I'm sure the defense is still probably decent enough overall. Super excited, right? I mean, you can't not be excited. I can certainly understand, again, I think there is some, risk in terms of, him going from Arizona to Seattle and hitting, obviously, for sure. But it is hard not to be excited about this move. One, it's just cool to see the Mariners going for it. No matter where you fall on these deals, it's fun to see that this team is trying. It's something where we've seen off seasons where they do these little moves and stuff. And, there's decent ones where you go, that guy can help, but there's no splash moves. And then we've seen deadlines where they've done solid. I thought they had a good deadline last year. But sometimes it feels like maybe a player short. And now you've gotten Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez from Arizona. Again, I think you're going to end up with the two best hitters traded at this trade deadline are going to be Mariners. Did a little short on it. I try not to say I'm not on the team. The Mariners have added Caleb Ferguson. I think he's going to help a lot. This team needs a second lefty in this bullpen. My brain always goes back to the Nationals series. I know it's random because the Nationals aren't very good, But in extra innings, we got stuck with that lineup that's loaded with left-handed power with James Wood, CJ Abrams, Nathaniel Lowe. Why am I missing? Josh Bell. And got in a tough spot in extra innings and had to use Colin Snyder, who's actually DFA'd for Caleb Ferguson. Best wishes to Colin Snyder. And it was just tough. You couldn't get through those patches of lefties twice. You had to use Spire earlier in the game, which is understandable, and it left you vulnerable later after using Brash and Munoz. Now, in those situations, if you're facing those left-handed heavy teams, you have Caleb Ferguson who can come in and get those guys out. Hopefully, ground ball machine gives up weak contact like crazy. He's going to help. And then, season starts tomorrow. Listen, very disappointing series here in Sacramento. I don't want to just ignore that. Some of the at-bats were lifeless. They did battle back a little bit today. It was good to see Polanco get the home run. Randy hits a home run in the ninth. Dom is robbed of one by Lawrence Butler with that stupid short wall out there, just sticks his glove over and makes the catch. Brian Wu was not sharp enough. Again, he's not awful, but he needs to be better. Just too many pitches that were some meatballs there that Brent Rooker, and then somehow Miguel Andujar hits 2 home runs against you. Wu's got to be better, right? And the offense has got to be better in the middle there. Julio hits the home run, but then they're lifeless for 5 innings. So that's super frustrating. But this is a reset now. You're tied for that third wild card with Texas. Technically, the Mariners are ahead by the tiebreaker. You have a big 4-game set with the Rangers starting tomorrow. You've got Josh Naylor making his home debut. Eugenio Suarez is in Sacramento because the Diamondbacks are playing the A's next. So he should be able to, pending the physical, hop on the plane with you and get out there to Seattle and be ready to go for tomorrow. So, I never want to just throw away games, but the season starts tomorrow for this baseball team. You've got, what are you at? 57, 52, 109, so 110, 53 games left. Game on. Go get this. Unfortunately, now you're 5 back again in the AL West. But get in, right? Get in, and hopefully these additions are enough when you're in the playoffs to help supply, enough balance. I don't know what words I'm looking for here. Hopefully these additions are enough that even if you don't win the division, you can make a run in the playoffs. I'm going to say something here. No excuses from the players. This is a good lineup now. This is a very good lineup. You've got Josh Naylor, Cole Young, JP Crawford. JP's got to bounce back here. Eugenio Suarez, Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, Dom Canzone, Luke Raley, some platoonish of those guys. DH, you've got, why am I absolutely blanking right now? Who's even Jorge Polanco. Geesh, I'm all over the place. Late at night, game, trade, sorry. And Jorge Polanco, DH. This lineup's good. It is good on paper. They've got to produce. Again, this isn't like a, Jerry and Justin are just off the hook. No, if this team doesn't get in, they need to be held accountable. I said that last year. But this is a good lineup. They have added to it. They have done what they can here, in my opinion, to put a good lineup out there that should be able to compete with anybody. Yes, in T-Mobile, you're not going to put up the run totals that certain teams can put up in their ballparks, but it should be a good enough lineup to get you in. Pitching's got to be better here. Reset. You got 52 games. Logan Gilbert, George Kirby. Wu's been shaky his last few times. Wasn't great here. Was fine in LA and wasn't great against Houston. Let that one get away from him. Buckle down. You've got to be better and finish this out. And then, wow, I am just blanking. Why am I blanking like this? Luis Castillo. Luis Castillo is really good in Sacramento. I'm sorry, guys. I'm excited about the trade. I'm trying to say so many things. I still wouldn't go all in now. Go get another 5th starter. I'll still say go get Adrian Hauser from Chicago. It's not a sexy move, but I think it would be a little bit of an upgrade for what you might get from Evans or Hancock here down the stretch. Go get another relief pitcher. Go get a right-hander. I know they were in on Johan Duran a little bit. Philly ends up maybe outbidding you. I'm not sure. We don't know how that all went down. Maybe the Mariners did offer more and just couldn't get them. But go out and get the Rockies have got some guys there that you could go get. Santana from Pittsburgh may still be available. There's arms out there. Go get another reliever and make this thing happen. Go for it. Make it happen. You've kept your farm system intact. You haven't given up anybody. Locklear, I think, can be good for sure, but nobody that's been traded is going to make me lose a ton of sleep here. You've still got your Colt Emersons, your Cole Youngs, your Laz Montezes. Changea, Kate Anderson. Not they think they're going to trade Kate Anderson. Ryan Sloan. You still got all these guys there. I'm not saying go sell all those guys, but farm system is still in fantastic shape right now. Felnine Celestine, Michael Arroyo, Michael Morales, all these guys are still in your system. Ty Pete, Harry Ford is still in the system here. The one guy you think would be traded. Go win this. Go win this thing now. Don't stop. Finish this off. Get a couple more guys and let's go for this. Let's. I don't know if you're going to win the West, but let's get in the playoffs and make something happen. So super excited. Again, would have liked a better result in the game tonight for sure, but season starts tomorrow. Can't wait for the series. If there's any trades tomorrow morning, afternoon, I do have a work meeting in the afternoon, but I'll do my best to come on and do a video about those deals, obviously. But man, I don't know what else to really say. Just super pumped to have Gino back. Like I said, just the season he is having, an historical season. I mean, you've got 2 of the top 5 home run hitters in baseball now in your lineup. Home runs are not everything, obviously. And certainly T-Mobile suppresses home runs more than Arizona. But Gino's having a monster season. I do even admire Jerry. Listen, if they thought Gino was in a decline after 2023, clearly they were wrong, obviously. They made a deal, thought they could shed some salary with it as well. The return was weak, Sebi Zavala and Carlos Vargas. We all know that. We don't need to rehash it. But I do admire a GM and Jerry, or I should say vice president and Hollander, the GM, that have been stubborn at times, kind of maybe putting the pride away and going, you know what? We were wrong. He's not cooked. He is still a good player. We're going to go reacquire him, bring him back, and hopefully help put the Seattle Mariners in the postseason. And Jerry said they were going to go for it at the deadline. I admire that. And they have. They've absolutely done it. So it's not going to be a lack of moves at the deadline, even if they don't do anything else. I mean, to get Naylor, Gino, and even, like I said, Caleb Ferguson, I would love another bullpen arm, but, Munoz, Brash, Spire, Ferguson should be good enough for you. I would like a couple more pieces. Who wouldn't? But I think you've put yourself in really good position here. So disappointed with the results on the field, obviously. Season starts tomorrow. I don't have a whole lot else. I feel like I'm just kind of dragging this on a little bit. Gino is back. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, go Mariners. Peace.